Published 0936 EDT, 1 November 2017. Updated 1016 EDT, 1 November 2017. The father of murdered teenager Becky Watts has revealed his horror in a new TV documentary at having to identify her dismembered body in the morgue. Darren Galsworthy said he could still see where his 16-year-old daughter had been decapitated after she was kidnapped in a Euler-motivated plot in Bristol. Becky's stepbrother Nathan Matthews, 30, and his girlfriend Shauna Hoare, 23, were jailed for a total of 50 years and have since lost challenges against their convictions. Darren Galsworthy left said he could still see where his 16-year-old daughter Becky Watts Wright had been decapitated after she was kidnapped in a Euler-motivated plot in Bristol. Speaking in a new ITV documentary presented by Susanna Reid next week, Mr. Galsworthy said, "When we saw her in the morgue, that's when it really hit us. I mean, they did their best to cover up where he cut her up and things like that. But I could still see where he'd decapitated her. And no parent should have to see that." During the trial at Bristol Crown Court, it was revealed the couple targeted Becky due to their dislike of her and a shared UAL interest in petite teenage girls. The ITV program will show Mr. Galsworthy taking Reid into Becky's locked bedroom, filled with posters and soft toys, and explaining the impact of the case. He said, "I believe they came both up here. They burst in on her, with masks on, and attacked her. She must have been absolutely bloody terrified." Becky's stepbrother Nathan Matthews, left, 30, and his girlfriend Shauna Hoare Wright, 23, were jailed for a total of 50 years and have since lost challenges against their convictions. "The image I have, in my nightmares, is him holding her down on the floor, and Hoare's placing her hand over her mouth. They did it together. They planned it together. I don't know what they expected to gain from it. 'Cause there was nothing in it for them. So, it was all pointless." Mr. Galsworthy also told how his world folded in on itself after the investigation turned from a missing persons case into a murder inquiry. He said, "They told me this was a murder inquiry and I know I started shouting at that point, 'Oh, no, 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 you're wrong. SHES got to be alive.'" The program will see Reid gain access to police tapes from the probe, revealing the inner workings of the case and strategies police used to snare Becky's killers. A house is cordoned off and searched in 2015 during the investigation into her disappearance. Initially it was assumed that Becky had run away, but police began to unearth clues and soon switched their attention to Matthews and Hoare. The program features previously unseen police footage including interview room tapes, forensic crime scene videos, and even the moment the killers were arrested. Contributors including Becky's grandmother Pat Watts and officers involved in the case are speaking for the first time since Matthews and Hoare were sentenced. Senior investigating officer Richard O'Cone said he thought something bad had happened because she had stopped using her phone and not spoken to any friends. He added, "On day one, I am fairly confident here that something bad has happened to this young lady. I just don't know exactly what." Police searched the pair's house, finding that despite the fact it was filthy and crammed of furniture, the bathroom was sparkling clean. Police then discovered Becky's stepbrother and his girlfriend were the last people to see her, but they proved difficult to pin down. Once at the station, officers found Hoare giggly and Matthews seemingly unconcerned. But at Becky's house, the forensic team found a key clue. John Draper from the team said, "That's when we came across what appeared to be blood, a red staining on the architrave of the door frame leading into Becky's room. When a fingerprint in the blood turned out to belong to Matthews, the pair were arrested initially on suspicion of kidnap." Becky's grandmother Ms. Watts said, "If it was going to be something bad, it didn't surprise me. Nathan hated Becky and made it obvious." From left grandfather John Galsworthy, father Darren Galsworthy and his wife Angie as Luke Oberhansley front right helps carry the coffin of his girlfriend Becky in Bristol in 2015. Detectives didn't tell Matthews they now knew it was his fingerprint in Becky's blood, but hinted at what they had found to increase his unease. Detective Constable Marie Stevens said, "Without giving that to them on a plate, if you like, it leaves them having to think about it, and puts them under more pressure." Police searched the pair's own house, finding that the bath was sparkling clean despite the rest of the property being filthy and crammed of furniture. The search also found incriminating receipts which indicated a gruesome truth. Mr. O'Connor said those receipts indicated that somebody on the Friday, when Becky was reported missing, had been to BQ and had bought a circular saw, some gloves, goggles, and a face mask. Does it really mean he has tried to dismember a body? Police search an area near a house in the South Mead area of Bristol. During the investigation, detectives withheld the receipts found from Matthews, increasing the pressure by saying his home had been forensically searched. Mr. O'Connor said, "I think it probably felt like he was battling against a rising tide, and actually, you could feel the evidence starting to come on top, and actually it was starting to weigh quite heavily." Matthews then confessed in a prepared statement that he had used the circular saw to dismember Becky's body in the bath. He admitted wrapping up the body parts and hiding them in a shed a few hundred yards from his home. Mr. O'Connor added, "The nature of the find is horrific and shocking. I have never dealt with anything like this. And it will stay with me throughout my service. It will stay with me probably throughout my life." The murder of Becky Watts police tapes will be on ITV next Thursday at 9 p.m.